many times have you been arrested for comedy in your life?
4 off the top of my head, but they do all blur into one big encounter with the law.
What's the worst response you've ever gotten from a joke?
That was probably the Make-A-Wish Foundation sketch. People acted like it was satirical. It was not satirical. It was just one of those so wrong it's right kind of jokes. That was the idea, right? It was supposed to be black humour. It's fair to say Australia was not ready for that black humour. And not only the day that it came out was the Prime Minister asked about this joke that had been on TV, but Talkback were all over us and we got suspended and people in the street were not happy. Like, 'cause I walked home every day and so they let me know when they weren't happy. I actually had a guy take a swing at me at one point in time, from behind, I might add, and if I hadn't heard it coming, he would have got me in the head. But I sort of ducked at the last second, then ran. So that was a poor reaction. And in fact, there was one moment in particular when, just after it happened, when I was listening to Talkback Radio, because that's where you go for reasons, feedback. And I was listening to the Talkback host who was, in all seriousness, soliciting information about where we live on air.
How about we offer a reward for anyone who can find a home address for some of these nasty, smarmy fools? There you go. See, that'd be a reply.
Why? Because, this is a quote, let's do to them what they're doing to Australia. I'm pretty sure he wasn't envisaging turning up at our front lawn and performing a nice little comedy sketch for us. But that was a bad reaction.
It wasn't just Talkback trying to get maximum bang for the outrage buck. 10 News decided to see if people were offended by interviewing them outside a children's hospital. Yuck.
Do you care if you offend people?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. There's a real misapprehension about The Chaser, that we were going out of our way to create controversy. And let me tell you, that could not be further from the truth. Because number one, it doesn't increase your ratings. People go, oh, it's just for ratings. No, it doesn't increase your ratings. When people hate you, they don't watch you, okay? So that doesn't increase your ratings, number one. Number two, it makes it harder to make your show. Because when you're out in the street, you got people yelling shit at you, destroying stunts. Also, the lawyers start to become nervous about what they let you do. And thirdly, no one likes being hated. In fact, quite ironically, the Make-A-Wish Foundation sketch appeared in an episode where we had 2 other sketches. They were also quite dubious. And we had a massive argument the night before it went out amongst ourselves about whether we should drop some of these sketches. Because we're paranoid about controversies. We didn't even think of the Make-A-Wish Foundation as being the controversial one. It didn't even occur to us.
Is controversy really that unpredictable and arbitrary? We needed to dredge up the entire Chaser episode. An artefact so ancient, people in the studio audience were wearing face masks for swine flu. Now, we just needed some impartial judges, like these teenagers who were just 4 years old at the time it aired. So when that episode aired, there was a big scandal. If you had to guess one of the sketches in the show that caused that scandal, what would it be?
The Mexican pig. Probs.
We finally found out which Mexican swine started it.
Probably be that, or the movie, the trailer movie thing.
Was there anything else that you think it could have been?
No. I think it was all fine apart from that.
Is it that? Was it that?
No.
It wasn't. We're missing something.
Any other guesses?
Oh, wasn't it something
well.
to do with... Oh, they talked about the flu at one point. No, that was right.
Yeah, the Mexican.
They talked about the cops beating someone up at one point.
Was it that? No?
I don't remember.
Was it the Royals? No. What else could it have been?
Do you remember a sketch set in a hospital?
Yes.
No.
Do you remember the kids that were like, make a realistic... We were a little shocked.
It was funny though, I don't know.
It was funny, but it was a little...
I thought it was funny.
I mean, they're gonna die anyways. It's a bit It's a bit... bit sketchy, bit dodgy, but
I think if we're gonna do a comedy show, I think that's okay.
I have a list of about 23 million people I'd like you to show that video to.